My friend refused to leave after crashing for a few days, so I moved 10 random people into my apartment. So here's the situation. My college friend Alex called me up about 3 months ago, saying he needed somewhere to crash for a few days because his relationship just imploded. He sounded genuinely messed up about it, and we'd been friends since freshman year, so obviously I said yes. That was my first mistake. The first week went fine because Alex was actually depressed and spending most of his time sleeping, but then week 2 hit, and suddenly he was rearranging my furniture. I came home from work, and my entire living room layout had changed. Alex was sitting there like he'd just finished remodeling his own place. Every time I brought up when he might be leaving, he'd give me the same answer. Just a few more days, man. I've got some leads on apartments. 3 months later, and those leads apparently never panned out because Alex was still on my couch using my Netflix account and eating my groceries. Then things started getting worse. Alex began inviting his own friends over without asking, treating my apartment like a community hangout spot. I'd come home and there'd be 4 people I'd never met sitting on my furniture drinking my beer. When I pulled Alex aside, he acted like I was being uptight. The next week, he changed my Wi-Fi password and didn't tell me. I had to ask him for the password to my own internet, and he made this big joke about it. Then came the night that made me realize this had gone too far. I got home from a long shift around 11 p.m. and found all my stuff piled up in my bedroom. Alex had completely cleared the living room and set it up for a party. String lights, a folding table with drinks, and about 20 people I'd never seen before packed into my apartment. Alex was at the door with a cash box charging people $10 to get in. I stood there watching my friend collect money at the door of my own apartment while strangers tracked mud across my floors. When I confronted him, he put his arm around my shoulder and laughed. "Relax, dude. You're being dramatic. I'll clean everything up tomorrow and split the door money with you. I'll be out in a few days anyway." That's when one of his friends asked if they could crash at the apartment for a few days because their lease was ending. Alex looked at me with this expectant expression, and that's when the idea hit me. I spent the next week reaching out to mutual aid groups and housing forums looking for people who needed temporary housing. I found 10 people who were between situations and needed a place to crash for a week or two. I told them they could move in Saturday afternoon while Alex was out. Saturday came, and I helped all 10 people move in. Sleeping bags on the floor, air mattresses in the hallway, belongings stacked everywhere. Around 7 p.m., I heard Alex's key in the door. He walked in and froze. His face went from confused to horrified. 10 complete strangers unpacking into every corner. Someone was cooking rice in the kitchen. 2 people were setting up an air mattress where his gaming setup used to be. Another person was hanging clothes in the hallway, and someone else was already asleep on the couch. Alex's mouth fell open, and he made these weird sputtering sounds before he exploded. "What the hell is going on? Who are all these people? Are you out of your mind?" I walked over and put my hand on his shoulder exactly like he'd done to me. "Oh, these folks just need a place to stay temporarily. You know how it is. I figured since you're so comfortable with temporary house guests, you wouldn't mind sharing." Alex's face turned bright red, and he started yelling about how this was different and how he didn't agree to this. I cut him off. "They'll only be here for a few days, maybe 3 months. Who knows, right? But don't worry, they're really cool about using other people's stuff." Right then, one of the new guys plopped down in Alex's favorite spot on the couch and started eating a sandwich made with Alex's bread and lunch meat. Another person tapped Alex on the shoulder. "Hey man, can I borrow some of your clothes? I'm doing laundry tomorrow and need something clean for a job interview." Then someone yelled from the living room, "Yo, what's the Wi-Fi password?" Alex stared at me for a long moment. I could see his brain connecting all the dots. Then he said the only thing he could say. "You're absolutely insane." I smiled, just trying to help out some people who need a place to crash for a few days. Alex grabbed his phone and wallet and walked straight out without saying another word. By Monday morning, all his stuff was gone. He must have come back in the middle of the night because when I woke up, every trace of him had vanished. He blocked me on everything and I haven't heard from him since. The 10 people I invited all stayed until they found permanent housing, several of them rooming together after I introduced them.